What's up, guys? Welcome back for another weekly preparation for the week of March 21st, 2022, right? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, whatever. Last week was epic, right? The bounce was crazy and my chair is squeaking. Oh wow. I didn't realize that, but oh well, who cares? No one watching this channel anyway, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, well, so for last week's, we got the Fed. The Fed actually went in and did the rate 0.25, but I think the forecast was somewhat bearish. But for some reason, the market rally anyway. I guess they think the Fed will just sandbagging the whole thing. So I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever it is. But the thing is, the next thing that we have to look forward to is the May rate hike. So at this point, oh, I should have pulled a chart up, huh? But yeah, so right now we are questioning if the Fed gonna increase the rate by 0.5% or 0.75%. Well, that's depend, I guess, depend on the CPI and the other information that gonna be, unraveling the upcoming weeks. So that is something to watch for at this point for the Fed. So the Fed is kind of out of the way for the next few weeks at this point, right? And let me see what else here. So this coming weeks is nothing on the economic data or the earning calendar that is special. Maybe Nike. Yeah. So right now, it look like a boring week to come, but we never know. We do have the geopolitics, with the war and possible China and all that crap too. So at this point right now, the Putin, right? The war in Ukraine, it's kind of start out for the past 2 weeks. Putin didn't do anything on the groundwork. He only bombed stuff right now. So I guess the logistic stuff is actually hitting his campaign really hard right now. And I'm not sure, man. It doesn't look like he in a good situation at this point. He asked China for help, So I mean, you don't ask people for help if you're, doing great. So I don't know, and a lot of shit right now. He is back into a corner at this point, so I'm not sure what he's gonna be doing. To be honest, hopefully he doesn't escalate, and hopefully he find a way peacefully find a way out, or if someone could peacefully help him ease out. You know what I mean? Anyway, so at this point, I think Russia is questionable right now. Well, depend on what he will be doing. So that's the geopolitics at this point. And then next come China. Last week we have this COVID resurgence, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure why it's happened, or maybe China just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with Russia and all that stuff. I'm just gonna pull this COVID shit and like just like okay, I'm close. Nothing. I'm not dealing with none of you guys. I don't have to worry myself. So I'm not. Maybe that's was the card that was pulled. I was questionable if like all this information all of a sudden COVID just pop up from China. So that's that's just a theory. So that's one thing. Yeah. So I mean, if this depend on how long they're going to be shut down. So supply chain is an issue, and then the new thing is that right now the biggest question I think coming up ahead at this point, maybe for next week, is whether China going to side with Russia. I mean, I think like China really love to side with Russia because they do want to take Taiwan at this point, but Putin failed, man. Putin didn't deliver. He was supposed to take Ukraine within 1 or 2 weeks, but this drag out up to 3 weeks now, and you're going to be a month, and now the resolution of that war is questionable. So at this point, China is also back in the corner. So, but the thing is, if they decide, the worst case scenario, if they decide to back Russia, then we might have a big geopolitics and a big problem in the stock market. That's a big pullback. I think that's the biggest risk at this point right now, So we'll see what happens. So that is on pending. So that's why there are a lot of uncertainty than, certainty at this point. And you could see the reflection on the chart maybe when I show you. So that's I think the thing. So right now, what could be good, right? Putin basically, hopefully everything gonna well. Putin just gonna stop, and then I mean, if Ukraine and Russia decide to have a ceasefire, I think we're gonna see the stock market continue moving up at this point, and then if China, stay out of the picture, then that's close another uncertainty. So at this point, if those happen, I think we're going to move up more. But we also have to look at the technical. Okay, so basically, I think that is basically in general. That's everything. So let's get to the technical. Okay, so right now we have the SPY, right? So we move up like strongly Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Look at this. This is like four soldier, like just massive, like what is it? The wig? Yeah, massive candle to the upside, to the past the 50 moving average. Okay, and now approaching the 200-day moving average right now. So at this point I believe is quite extended from the move out of this downtrend line. So we all switch the chain. The trend is changing at this point. And then, but the only thing I'm worried about, the most concerned, is that this volume. Look at this volume is timid. Very low on Friday. Thursday volume was below average, and then on Wednesday, which that's the decision, it did elevate above average, but still look at the this low here. The volume was huge, right? And also this one huge, but it's also declining in volume. So this look like is a diversion possible in volume wise. So right at this point, who's buying these moves this past couple of days? Is it retail or is it institution? So that's the thing. So this without a volume confirmation, especially the break right here on Friday, and approaching, this, I mean, it's not favorable to go long after this day, after Wednesday, well, after Thursday especially, it's not favorable to go long anymore because approaching, like you don't have much gain left. So it depends. So at this point right now, I would go expecting a pullback, or maybe a sideways consolidation if we don't have a 50% pullback. Maybe a 23 to 38% pullback, and go sideways, and then maybe up a move. Okay, or down, depend, or maybe just a pullback here, and then we make another move back up. So that's questionable, depend on the geopolitics. And then we also have earning coming, right? So earning coming next week. That's why the market preparation for itself. So possibly it could go sideways, and then if there's no geopolitics or any other news coming out, then earning gonna come in full force and come to play, right? So that's the thing. I didn't put on the stuff, but I forgot. I should have put that in. So basically right now I am expecting somewhat of a pullback because this rally was strong and it's based on very low volume. It's lower volume, okay? And let me see here. And then we have the QQQ. It's the same thing. It's very similar. It's hit the 50-day moving average, and the volume, look at that, timid, very low volume. Compare, and then it's also, well, at this level right now, I mean, it's also reached this, resistance in the 50 days. Okay, so I'm expecting pullback. A similar chart. IWM. A little bit different. It's actually finally reached the main downtrend line here. And especially the only thing is I'm concerned here because this was a long sideways consolidation since 2021, right? And then it's broke down in February, and now it's kind of basing out, and then it's moving back here. So this one is the major resistance. We'll see how it does when it comes to there. So maybe sideways, and then move up, continue to move up. Or maybe down. We'll see how it goes. But right now, it's just penetrating. Like, it's just slightly penetrating. So at this point right now, I mean, it could be a flag and continue break down here. That's the way it goes, sideways, and then if anything bad is going to break down. So we'll see on this part. But this right now, at this point, it doesn't say much to me. All right. The Dow Jones is actually very strong. We have two. I have two downtrend line here, but this was, I believe, the main. This one is the secondary, which kind of weird, but yeah. So it did go up very strong. Make a high. Also, very similar. Volume is low. So that's the question right now. Right, it's all consistent with all the other averages, and here also look the Dow Jones, well, transportation. I mean, it has been strong, as has been the leading indicator in some way. But this past 2 days here, I didn't realize it didn't make another high on Friday and Thursday. It's kind of weak. Well, I mean, this is it looked like selling, but it's actually buying volume, but it's still low buying volume though. So right now, I mean, the transportation is leading, and even with at this high oil prices, I mean, it's fairly strong. We'll see how that goes. TOT here is popping back up, which is kind of weird. Was expecting it's going to continue down, but I mean technically it is down at the channel. Look at that, it's going to bounce around. We'll see. It could bounce around a little bit and then move down or move up. Questionable. We'll see. But Jongbon actually very strong the past couple of days. It's moving. Is that confirming this thing is good? I mean, this possibly could be a short here. I don't know. I gonna keep this on watch. Gold is just marinating now, pull back sideways. We'll see how it's gonna do. The selling, actually, look at the selling, is decreasing in volume and selling, right? So I mean, this could be bullish, but at this point, I would expect another like week or two of this going sideways before it move back up, if anything. Depend on the whole situation. Same thing as oil. It's very similar, right? Pullback right now, waiting for next leg higher. I believe oil possibly could go higher. All right, and then okay, this is a financial. Right, this is a financial ETF. I mean, it's wearing very strong up to here. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure there is if like the yield curve are inverting, not the 2 and 10, but a lot of the other yield curve are inverting. So if it is, financial might run into some problem here. So we'll see how far this gonna go move up. But at this point, this bounce is really strong. It's probably 61% maybe already up. So I'm expecting a pullback also for last week. Yeah. So basically we have like a financial, the tech sector, and then the healthcare sector. They all doing really well last week, so that's why you see the SPY average moving back. Look, this is the healthcare sector. This shit is just blazing, bro. So I mean, this is a very leading right now. Well, I mean, this is the strongest sector as I could see so far. But like a similar detail here, very low in volume, below average. So we'll see where it goes. So that's why I'm expecting a pullback. All right, and then we have the next one is the this one is European. I'm waiting. Believe I think the European sector is not going to do well. The ETF. So at this point, you know, all the sanction and the oil, this is going to be eating up slowly. I mean, in the next 3 months, I think it's going to show some problems. So look at when the Putin war started, right? It's so bad. This thing just ripped to the downside. And now slowly pulling back here. Yeah, so right now I'm waiting at this point. Hopefully if it's moved all the way back up here, because this is a sideways consolidating, and then it broke down. So this would be a very strong resistance, and you know, based on the fundamental, I don't think anything good. So I'm waiting for a short here, depending where it's gonna move up to. You know, if it definitely go up here, I'm gonna definitely short the shit. All right. So basically that with the European, and then Apple right now, Apple. Fairly strong, I say. We have the main, this is secondary, and it's breaking out. We'll see how it goes. I think earning for Apple will definitely be the something to look forward to. Okay, so at this point, questionable. It could break down. This is the real this is the main trend line here, up on the upside at this point. So right now with this bounce, Apple did pretty decent from the bounce. Okay. And it did make a low, so it wasn't that strong, and it's also in a consumer discretionary spending also. So right now with inflation and oil and all that stuff coming in, Apple next earnings season, I think if anything, in maybe it's in September, October earning, I think will do bad if everything continue the way it is right now. Tesla, Tesla is strong. Look, Tesla pop out of the downtrend line, moving up to the 200-day. I mean, it's right now. It's favorable for Tesla, right? Because due to the energy, the oil prices and all that stuff. So right now, Tesla, I think looks pretty decent for a long. For a short trade, I'm not sure about a long trade, but you know, it's quite precarious for the long run. But for a trade, I think. Definitely something to look forward to. Let me see here. Microsoft. So okay, very similar. Low volume Google, same thing here, moving out. But Google stay up on the trunk. Amazon, dude, this thing is just freaking rip. All right, so something here. I mean, if you want to short, as is something potential, consumer discretionary. Maybe not now. Maybe 3 months from now. You know, when summer's over. You know, we'll see. And yeah, you know, this is a weird thing. NVDA, right? This thing ripped up, right? But for some reason, AMD did not do it. Right, AMD was just like last week. AMD did not move out of this down channel here, and it was weak. I do have a short position. I shorted like 2 weeks ago. I kind of cash out, and then I also reinstate this also. So yeah, so the comparison why with AMD and NVDA, there is something wrong here. I'm not sure what's going on, but there is some discretionary diversion wise. All right, let's go to the earning for next week. Okay, we have this, I think, early Monday. So you won't be able to play this unless you set it up for Friday, and then most people go long anyway, right? Because look at this freaking rip, right? This gap. I'm not sure what's going on here, but if anything, I would we'll see how the earning is, but I'm more favored to the downside. I don't trust China, even though they say that what they, you know, people say things, but I believe I want to see what they do. You know, talk is cheap to me, but I would go with the downside just in case. If anything, I would position in the downside. Nike, okay, so Nike. Thing with Nike is that I short Nike from up here, and I finally got out of the trade because you know, I don't want to deal with the earning. So it was a great trade for me. With Nike though, man, I could have do a separate video for Nike. This isn't consumer discretionary, so it's not strong right now. You know, with all the inflation, I mean, people want to spend on sneaker. And the thing with sneaker is that, dude, you have to see the rep, bro. Shit, those Jordan looks real. I just bought one, and right now I'm questioning my shit. Is it real or not? Because I kind of know, sold to me at the gym. So shit. The Jordan that I bought, I kind of pay a little bit premium for it, but I'm not sure it's real or not because I try to look at the fake review on YouTube. I can't tell the difference. So I'm not a veteran at, you know, I'm not a sneakerhead, but I do like the silhouette, the Jordan one. So right now, I mean, to be honest, I would not buy Jordan at all at this point because all the rep are so good. So what the fuck? Why should I buy Nike brand new shit? Why should I pay for resale? And when no one could tell the fake from the real. See, Nike has playing this shit, right? They've been favoring the reselling market. Now it's come to Rouge. Like all the fake are so good, and I like, why should I buy the new shit, and why should I pay for reselling? So questionable, like we have the seasonal, like, you know, with all the inflation and stuff, and then that on the headline. So and then if you look at the website, right, all the shit they just pump out so many different colorway on all these sneakers, and I'm not sure they're selling those shit, and then it also increases in price too. So like I do realize a 10-15% increase in price if you look at the website. So right now to me, I don't know how this earnings do. It could do good, but I'm still gonna short Nike. I don't care what, but like in the long run right now, for the next coming up to the end of the year, I'm shorting Nike again. But I'm waiting. I got out my position already. I'm gonna see where it's gonna move. And if it does move up, I will short this sucker. I don't care. Nike, you're not doing favor for anyone except for the reseller. Listen to that shit, all right? All right, so we have Carnival. Carnival is in the downtrend right now at this point. So, you know, with all this stuff, I'm not sure if the COVID gonna do anything right now. But technically, it's indecisive for me to play at this point with the oil prices and all that stuff. So questionable. Adobe, oh man, this shit looked like bearish as shit. I don't know what happened here, but at this point it did move out of the downtrend line. We'll see how it do. I wouldn't touch this until after earning. All right, one thing I see here, General Mill did not do well on Friday, Thursday, or Wednesday. I mean, there's consumer stable. I think it is. So at this point, and then the selling volume on Friday. I mean, this one could be buying or selling. It's kind of like undecisive because the week, the pullback right here. So I'm not sure this is, but it didn't do well. Like if relative strength to the market, it did not do well. So at this point, I mean, it broke down below here. This downtrend line. It broke above to move and consolidate. Now move below. So this looked like a flag here, and then maybe move down more. So the earning, I mean, if you want to play, I mean, it's a possibility. If this consolidation is longer, I would do maybe a straddle. But at this point, I mean, if you want to take a risk, I would go maybe to the downside. At this point. And upside, I mean, it doesn't have that much upside, to be honest with you. And I don't know how much this thing doesn't move that big anyway. So last earning, kind of big, I guess. But, if you want to play before earning, or you set it up and then sell before earning by, downside, I think more favorable. Winnebago. Thor last week, the earning was fair, decent, but it didn't move. And, I didn't expect the shit move either unless they come out, like, give bad guidance. And this probably going to move the downside with the gas prices and stuff. So at this point right now, if anything, I would be favored this on the downside, even though it's looked kind of bullish because it's kind of set up for the wedge. But the thing is, with this kind of wedge, we'll have one low low, two low low. And then if we have a third one, it's going to be basically like a dip, a big dip if it does happen. So watch out for this. So don't play this. Wait until earning unless you want to set it up. And then we have Colgate, similar to General Mill, right? Look at this. It's been dripping down, and then on Friday, I'm not sure what happened. That's a huge candle to the downside plus volume. So at this point, I don't know. And then look, this is sideways consolidation here. I guess because it's broke this sideways consolidation, maybe like a 1 year, two. Yeah. So right now, it doesn't look good. If anything, to the downside. All right. Jinko Solar, I mean, is right now the sector is good, but this is China stock, I believe. So do whatever you want. Doesn't have a play. Basically, Kelly Blue Book, not Kelly Blue Book, Kelly Home. At this point right now, I don't see a play on this either. So I'll wait and see. Ollie Bargain. This is a big question. To be or not to be, go up or go down. At this point, I think the Dollar General do well. The Dollar Tree did pretty decent. So I mean these outlet stuff, I think they will do well. So if anything, we will take a risk because this setup very bullish in some way. So if anything, I would go on the long side if you want to play it. Downside, I mean, it's a possibility. It could continue to move down but I think people are flocked to these outlets because inflation and all that crap. So they tend to go for these more. So I favor this, and they might have possible guiding. Okay. And then last but not least, Darden Restaurant. Very questionable. It break up on here, and then now is it just recently broke down right up this sideways consolidation, and then now it just moved up due to the market. We will see how this will do because this kind of like different forecasts of people were spending money, right? This is like average restaurant or the restaurant that regular people go to. So we'll see how consumer spending is based on this, and then and forecast for consumer discretionary. So this is something. I mean, at this point, I was just gonna wait and see. There's no play technically here. Okay, so basically, I guess that's it for this video, guys. So I went through all that stuff. So look like it's gonna be a boring week to come ahead unless we have some geopolitics come to play. But that's it. So hang in there. We'll see. Thank you for watching, and good luck trading, guys. Thanks. Bye.